This is a question for all the men out there. What stops you from asking a girl on a date?
Go ask the bear. Y'all came on here collectively and said, I trust the bear more than you. So why aren't you asking the bear to take you on a date? Why would you care if I'm talking to you or not if you trust the bear more than me? Y'all sit up here and critique it on a daily basis. Don't talk to me in the gym. Don't talk to me in the bar. Don't talk to me when I'm out with my girls. Don't talk to me if you just see me in the grocery store. Don't talk to me if I'm walking down the street and you find me attractive. Some of you even got on here and started to critique the way that men try to have conversations with you when they started it off with the compliment. Now, if they do something weird, okay, I get the judgment. But y'all have sat up here and critiqued every single possible way a man could try to shoot his shot at you, and you said, don't you dare do it. Who do you think you are to stop me and or just to have a conversation with me? Why do you feel entitled? If that's how you feel about me being attracted to you and me wanting to get to know you, cool, I'm going to leave you alone and you can go on that coffee date with the bear.
Hi everyone. So it is January 10th and I have officially had my first date of 2025 and I wanted to come on here and talk about it. There were some conversations with my friends and I felt like there were lots of red flags and icks in said date, but I think some people communicated like, I don't think some people would see that as a red flag. And then some of the people were like, yeah, definitely a red flag. So I would love to get a perspective, right? I would like to test the waters out here and see what the consensus is for the majority of the people that I have in my life. So to start off the conversation about this date, I met this guy on the way to the bathroom at a bar and we're both waiting in line and I just started chitter chattering because that is who I am. And we went to the bathroom, separate ways, came back and he was like, I would like to see you again. Can I have your number? Given the climate of dating right now, I find it really refreshing and attractive for someone to come up and be forward and just like state their intention. So to me, that was a green flag. After I gave him my number, he texted me. It was like, it was really nice meeting you. I would like to see you again. What does your schedule look like for the rest of the week? And I told him, no, I'm pretty busy, but this is the only time. And he's like, great, I'll take that slot. I'd be honored. And I was like, that was cute. And then he gave me 2 options of where to go. And I said, I love the fact that I don't have to make a decision because I'm very indecisive. So that was a green flag for me too, that he was just like, we can do this or we can do that. And I decided at that moment to choose the first option, which was a bar and drinking. So later on, I decided I didn't really want to drink. And he was like, totally cool. We can go to the arcade and it'll be fun. So I thought those were green flags, giving me options, but also being open and flexible to changes. So I thought so far, so good. The day of the date, yesterday morning, he texted me and said, hey, are we so good for 8:30? I said, yes, look forward to it. And then we had some conversation, but not a lot, which I really liked too, because I feel like I would like to just get to know you in person versus sending these long messages or trying to ask all these questions on the phone through text message or whatever. Then I get to the bar, say hi, and he says to me, so I know you're not drinking, would you want like a mocktail? Or yeah, I'll probably grab something. So I go and I ask for a non-alcoholic IPA, which honestly was not bad. I grabbed that and I expected him to like pay for the first drink, but then he didn't. So I paid for myself. So in my previous relationships, I've always kind of felt weird about having a guy pay for everything. Part of me is not used to that, but I've been told by many of my gal friends, no, he should be paying for your drinks. If he's going to ask you on a date, like he should be taking care of things. So I don't know. I mean, from a guy's perspective, what do you guys think? From a girl's perspective, is that justified for me to be like, noted? And honestly, the conversation's not bad. Is this date fun because I'm fun? Or is this date fun because we're fun? And I think that there was a balance. We were having conversations. He was asking questions. And then I was asking questions back. But then at some point, like, he no longer asked questions. So I would ask him, let's just say, what's your favorite color? And he's like, oh yeah, I really like blue. And then he would tell me why he liked blue. And then he's like, yeah. And to me, that was kind of an ick. I do think that like someone showing interest in you and asking questions back to you is a good thing to want in a partner or a person that you're on a date with. Then there's some of the conversations he has where he's like, I really enjoy talking to you. I could see myself dating you. And I just thought, ick for me. I like someone who's very clear about what they feel and like their intentions, but I feel it's a lot to say that I want to like date you. We meander our way to a table eventually after playing some games. And at the table there are chairs around it, but only one is available. So he takes that chair and then he just sits down on it. And in my head, I said, noted. I thought it was an ick because I'm very attracted to somebody who's very like chivalrous and gentlemanly, and I just felt like that wasn't the most gentlemanly thing to do. Like, you get a chair, you offer it to the lady. Everybody has their preferences, and I think that's mine. I want a guy who's going to walk on the outside of the sidewalk. I'm going to want a guy who opens the door for me. You know, that treats me like a lady. And so that was one of those, like, night goes on. It's getting later. At some point, he just stops and he's like, I think I could hang out with you, like, all day. Like, I really don't want this date to end. I said to him, I was like, you know, that's really sweet. I really enjoyed this time with you, too. You know, I'd be open to seeing you again. And then he says to me, he's like, would you want to come to my place? I mean, I could show you the space. It's a really nice place. And I said to him, given that it's our first date, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. I hope that's okay. I hope you understand. I was like, no, I totally understand. I just thought, you know, it'd be cool. We could play board games and spend more time together because I really like this. And to me, that was a red flag, because you don't invite a girl over to your place on the first date unless you're looking for something. I don't know. He tells me he Ubered there. Really, if he ever drinks, then he does not drive ever. And I said, I really like that. I think it's a responsible thing. It keeps everybody safe. Just given that I wasn't drinking, just being who I am, I was like, do you want me to drive you home? Because it's on the way. I live close by. So he was like, that's really sweet of you. Yeah, I would love that. And so I did take him back to his place and I dropped him off. And then he's like, I'd really like to see you again. What are you doing this weekend? You want to come to my best friend's birthday? I think that there's like a progression in dating someone where you eventually meet someone's friends, and I thought that was a little quick. I thought he was good looking. It's a bonus that he's 6'4", and I need to remember that just because he's 6'4" doesn't mean that the things that I think are red flags should be like null and void. So I'm trying to remember that part of it. There definitely was like a physical chemistry. There definitely was something like I was attracted to him in that way. So it's really like those things that I saw that gave me some feelings, and I had time to think about it this morning, reflecting on the date, because as we are in the age that we are in and we are dating, I know that I'm wanting to make sure that I'm being respectful to my own time, but to his time as well, and his energy and his emotions, because he communicated that he really liked me, and that was really nice to hear and very affirming. But at the same time, again, I think there is a progression. I'm not saying we got to go 1, 2, 3, but it's kind of fast. At the end of it all, I want to reiterate that it has been a focus on the things that were like red flags or icks for me. The entire date was not a red flag or an ick. Like, he wasn't so toxic that I was like, I gotta get out of here. But I am just interested to see if your perspective felt like the things that I saw were icks and red flags that kind of leave me in this like limbo of, do I continue to explore or just this isn't for me feeling. That's where I'm at right now. Like, I want to make sure that those are not these excessive feelings. But if you're like, oh yeah, red flag, girl, go, like, say no more, zoom, I'm out of here.
Look, man, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Going into 2025, man, I ain't looking for nobody, because it's gotten to the point where dating is less about connecting with someone. It's more so about, what can you buy me? What can you do this for me? And I've never been that type of person to really do that stuff. And don't get me wrong, I'm always have my eye open for someone, but to the point to where I'll go up to them, say something, or try to, you know, get something going. No, I just don't have the energy for it. If I find you attractive, the most I'll do is just heart your story or just tell you look nice. Other than that, I'm just look at you and go on by my way. Simple.
My mantra for dating in 2025 is high standards, no expectations. Let me explain what I mean. I had a rough 2024 for dating, but I think my expectations were just too high. Now I've realized going into 2025, I really want to channel the energy of just having fun with it. Don't want my life to be like dictated, or like my way I feel on a certain day to be dictated by dating. That's why I'm saying I'm having high standards, but no expectations. Not just gonna date anybody, and obviously if somebody treats me horribly on a date or just does something that doesn't align with someone I could ever see myself being with, I'll be out the door. But I also don't want to have high expectations. So I'm just saying I'm having no expectations because I want to have a self-fulfilling prophecy where I'm saying, well, I'm going to have low expectations and then everybody sucks. So I'm going with no expectations. Nobody can disappoint me. People can just surprise me in a good way. If that happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. And I still got to talk to a new person, meet a new person, learn about their life. Because at the end of the day, dating is supposed to be fun. Nobody wants to be that affected by the date they went on, especially when it's bad. So that's my mindset. Like, I'm not gonna accept trash. I'm gonna expect nothing. That's gonna be the best way to date in 2025. So say it with me. High standards, no expectations for dating in 2025.
A lot of these girls, they really just trying to catch you at the finish line, especially like if you 18 to like 25, 26. If you not really much in position financially or you got things going on and you on your grind, it's very much rare to find a girl that's really gonna like stick by your side and not be infatuated with what she's seen on the internet and feeling like she has to come back to you with that BS to, you know, like to compare or make you feel like you need to meet those expectations.